Talk Real Estate with Sharon McNamara, sponsored by Boston Connect Real Estate Services.
Hi, I'm Sharon McNamara, and you are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. Let me share a little bit about my background before we get started. I am the broker-owner of Boston Connect Real Estate, a boutique real estate firm that is home to over 30 real estate sales and marketing consultants who service home buyers and home sellers throughout Boston, the South Shore, the South Coast, and Cape Cod. Our firm takes pride in assisting our clients in the next chapter of their lives by taking a holistic approach to their real estate endeavors. We believe that every move should be a moving experience. Every week, my real estate team member, Mary Baker, and I, along with the director of Boston Connect Real Estate, Melissa Wallace, provide you with our unique marketing approach to selling homes and share with you our expertise in navigating the home buying process. We like to mix it up sometimes, so not only will you hear our perspective on real estate topics, but you will hear the expert thoughts and opinions of some of our real estate agents at Boston Connect Real Estate and the preferred professionals that we trust. Be part of our roundtable. If you have any questions during the show, please call 781-837-4900. We'd love to talk real estate. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and wherever you listen to podcasts at Talk Real Estate Roundtable. If you would like a one-on-one consultation with me and my team or one of the dedicated agents at Boston Connect Real Estate to discuss your real estate needs, you can connect with us at bostonconnect.com or 781-826-8000. Now, sit back, relax, take good notes, and let's talk real estate. Hello to all my South Shore neighbors. This is Sharon McNamara. You are, of course, listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable here in our studio at Boston Connect Real Estate, which is the sponsor of our show, along with the Sharon and Mary real estate team, along with Evis Mason as part of our team. We also have Melissa Wallace, who is my solo team member here at Boston Connect Real Estate. Hi.
A solo team member.
Yeah, it's just me and you, kid, my partner in crime.
Yeah, we haven't done a show together in a long time.
I know. It's
Here we are, back again.
Well, we've done shows, but we've always had somebody else in here with us.
Yeah, I know. So we haven't done one together.
Together, like just solo, yeah.
Yeah.
People crowd our space.
Our solo team.
Yeah.
People crowd our
People
taking
crowd
our
our
show.
space, taking our show
Taking
away
our
from us.
show.
No, we've had some really good shows, though.
Yeah,
we've had a lot of the agents from Boston Connect Real Estate. We've really been rallying around our team of experts here to come on, and some have brought on some specialists and everything, but we've decided we wanted to be them so we can focus on them and their expertise.
I know. We sell real estate here.
Yeah.
Let's promote our real estate business, right?
That's our job. That's what we do.
That's what we do.
Yeah. We also have George. He's in the WATD studio. Hello, George.
Hey, Sharon. How you doing?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you. Just back from vacation. Mark and I took an unexpected trip. So let me see. It was Saturday, a week ago Saturday. Mark and I were sitting on the couch having coffee before I got to the office for me and Melissa were doing a show. And I said, maybe we should just take that trip. And we left the next day, and it was fun. We went to Punta Cana for a week. Mark, I know Melissa had mentioned Mark had some surgery recently, and
I hope he's doing well.
He is doing fantastic, so he's upright, which is good. But the doctor gave him the A-OK to sort of relax on the beach for a week of recovery, so that's what we did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So I am back. I'm nice and refreshed, and Melissa held down the fort here, and Mary held down the fort with all the real estate stuff. So it was good.
Yeah, and Mary did the show with me last Tuesday.
Did people recognize her?
Yeah.
They're like,
said,
who is
my
this?
special guest tonight? No, she's always so busy with, real estate.
She's doing the real estate
making it happen, making it rain over here.
Yeah.
No, we did the show. What did we even do the show on? Oh, yeah, contingencies and what could happen when you drop contingencies when putting in an offer and stuff like that. And that was great. And then I had Tracy Grady on the show on Saturday, and we always just have so much fun.
Yeah, she's very, you guys do a good job on that show.
Yeah, and I forgot to tell you, I was thinking about it earlier, but I didn't want to interrupt you as you were speaking before the show, but I went to the Grady's house on Saturday night. Their son Colin turned 30, and they were having a party, so I went there, and one of the first things I saw, they have this tray of good things on their island in their kitchen, and one of the things in the tray is their top producer award.
Really?
Yeah, right on display for everybody to see.
That's awesome.
Yeah. They were one of our top producing teams of last year, and they had it right on display. They kept saying, "Oh my God, we love it, we love it." And I was like, "You could literally kill someone with this thing because it's so heavy and pointy." And I was like, "I think maybe we should put it away with all the drinking."
Well, and it was great too because we had our top producer lunch a couple weeks ago, and it was just so nice to see everybody, sort of relaxing and celebrating together. Sorry about that frog in my throat. But it was nice to see everybody. Of course, the Flynn team, they did a really good job this year as well. And then we had our Mary and Evis. We celebrated Mary and Evis this year as well, which was really nice. And it doesn't go without saying, I hate awards. Anybody that knows me and any of the companies I've worked at, I just hate the award thing. It's just not me. It's not my jam. But I understand that people do like that stuff and it motivates them. But it doesn't mean that the people who didn't get an award didn't do a good job. Like, that's what I hate about it.
Well, I think your perspective on it has changed because as an agent, you didn't feel like you wanted or needed the recognition. But as a broker, you want to recognize your agents no matter what they do. If they show up and sell nothing, they showed up. Yeah. They show up and sell 1 million different properties. They showed up and sold 1 million different properties. But you want to, celebrate both of those agents. Equally.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're very fortunate here at Boston Connect Real Estate. We have a lot of great agents, and I know that the reputation is very, very good and very, very strong for all the agents because they do such a great job with their clients. So we celebrate all of them. So tonight's topic is about what came first, the chicken or the egg, so to speak, buying and selling, if you're trying to do both at the same time. If you have any questions for us, 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900. Melissa will also put that phone number up on our we're on Facebook right now live. So if you go to Boston Connect Real Estate, you will be able to follow us there and all of the Connect pages. And you can ask questions there as well.
Yeah. And I do these little videos every Tuesday and Saturday.
Oh, did you do one today?
I did.
I missed it. I was busy today. So
yeah, I did it. Yeah. So you have to follow us on Instagram because they're just. I'm trying to challenge myself. I'm putting myself out there.
Oh, but Melissa, I gotta tell you, I really think one of the things we need to do is you just have to show the blooper every week.
Oh yeah. Well, I have shown bloopers, and we get a what?
I don't know. You're just echoing up. I think you need to be done.
Hey, I'm a professional at this. I have done the blooper and I've gotten some great feedback on it. But I think I was talking to somebody the other day. I think I'm just gonna compile all of my bloopers and just have it be one long blooper one time.
I know,
because it's pretty comical.
Yeah, the blooper reel gets the most attention. Well, hey, that's us just keeping it real as we talk real estate here. So, so this is a big conversation that we're having, and one of the conversations, I actually have a book upstairs that I want to run upstairs real quick and grab because there were a couple of things in there I wrote some notes on. Earlier we were doing a class, so Trish Flynn is actually running a Brian Buffini program. For those of you who don't know that, it's just working by referral, which we're very fortunate to do. Anyways, we're talking about the objections that people are discussing right now when it comes to selling their home and maybe buying a new one.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because I go onto Clubhouse every morning and we talk about that on there as well. And one of the main things that people will say, what do you think that the top thing that people will say is if they say why the objection to putting their house on the market is right now?
There's no inventory, so where am I supposed to go?
Yeah, where am I going to go?
Where am I going to go?
And it's hard right now because we're in a couple different things. So I like to sort of dissect it and digest it, okay? The reason why we are where we are with the low inventory are probably a couple of things. One is people feel as if they don't have any place to go, which is true for the most part. Why don't we have inventory? So that's something that we can discuss. But I also think that there's this paralyzation that's going on right now where people are in this lock-in paralyzed syndrome.
Okay.
Because when the rates went down, everybody, if they didn't purchase a new property to take advantage of that, they refinanced. So people are refinanced into a home at 2 point.
Yeah, they have a great rate.
They have a great rate. So they're paralyzed by that. and they're not willing to give that up in order to get another property, even though right now we're in the sevens, right? So if we're high sixes, low sevens, mid sevens. I was talking to people 14 years ago, 15 years ago. Actually, I'm going to see them tomorrow. When they bought their house, it was like 7.4%. So we're sort of back to where normal, quote unquote, was.
Yeah.
This is a normalization. It's not a correction.
Yeah. I know we're talking about like buying and selling at the same time. However, as a first time home buyer who's not used to sort of the fluctuation of these rates. So like, you know, and I'll just speak for myself, when somebody says, oh, I bought my house at 15%. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've never bought a house before.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to buy a house now, and it's 7%, and that's all I know.
Yep.
Type of thing, you know?
And I mean, you put an offer in on something recently, right? And there were 51 offers on that property, I heard.
Yeah, I heard a different number, but if it was 51, then there were 50 other, you know, people who were disappointed. And, you know, it is what it is. I mean.
And it went well over asking.
Yeah.
Probably had, you know, no home inspection, all these things. And I think that you and Mary talked about that last week. Like, do you have to give up these contingencies in order for your property to get accepted? And that is a question that we're having, and we don't feel as if we're not comfortable telling anyone not to have their home inspection. But if people ask us, like, how are people getting them? It's like, well, they're waiving their home inspection.
Well, I admitted on the show last week that I had waived my home inspection for that offer, and I recently said something to one of our agents, and they were like, you? And I was like, Mark came to my showing, and they're like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, you know, they were leaving the next day, so like Mark was like, oh, fine, I'll come, you know, and it'll be fine. You can waive it. And I said to Mark today, I go, poor you. I mean, you inherited Mary and I, who, you know, our fathers have both passed, and we're just like, anytime there's something wrong, Mark.
I know, it's so funny.
Something's wrong with my car. Can you come look at this house so I don't have to, you know, do
yeah,
a
remember
home
your whole
inspection?
battery thing that time?
Oh, when my car died in the middle of the drive-through at Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm like, what? And then I was like, wait a minute, what did Mark teach me? Mark taught me some like trick to how to get my car to start again, and it happened. It worked.
He's a good guy, because you could tell he was really tired too, and he was like, all right, I'll be right there.
Yeah.
And he was.
All right. He's like, I'm getting ready for vacation tomorrow, but sure, I will be at this house.
Yes, he was there for us. Okay, so again, our topic tonight is, do I buy first? Do I sell first? Can I do both of them? One of the topics that came up earlier today was, you know, that potentially we're seeing bridge loans again. So if any of our loan officers are listening in, I don't know if we have any of our loan officers listening in. Maybe we can have someone call us at the studio, 781-837-4900. Give us a little input on bridge loans. That would be great. But what do you think? Do you sell first or do you buy first? And what do you think the objections are on both?
Well, I think that you would have to financially be in a position where you could buy before you sell. And it's weird because I thought of this earlier, and I think it was because of some of the closings that we've had here in the office. And I was like, oh, I wonder, in my head, I have these conversations in my head. I don't actually have these conversations out loud, but I was like, oh, I wonder how they purchased a property a couple days before they sold their property. And then I also knew the backstory of it was sort of like two families coming together.
Yeah.
So it was, you know, I'll use general things, maybe a single woman now in a relationship buying a property with somebody else, but she already owns a property, so like she could sell it on her own, but she's purchasing with somebody else. So like that's a financial situation that person might be
and they
in.
just had money.
They just have money. So if anybody has extra money, just pass it my way. But yeah, so I mean, I think that it's definitely situational. If you are financially able to purchase a property before you sell it, then yeah, I mean, why not?
And then what do you think about not even just that aspect of things, but the aspect of just listing your house before you buy something or start to look? Yeah,
I honestly think that it's I feel like we're in a better position to list your house before finding another house because there are so many buyers that are willing to give you the time that you need to find a property, because those buyers might have been looking for a while and they're just like, I want it. I want this house. I want to own something, and they might be like, again, instead of waiving their home inspection, maybe they give, okay, I will give you 60 days to find a house, maybe that's a contingency they put in their offer where they feel like it might look desirable to a seller.
I used to call this like my hairy leg syndrome, right? So I know it's terrible.
Hairy leg syndrome.
So like putting in your offer and you want it to look the best that you want it to look. So like I think that buyers are doing a really good job of not having the hairy leg syndrome. So hairy leg syndrome would be, all right, the house is on the market for $400,000 and you're offering them $200,000, even though that would never happen. Like that would be hairy legs. Like you don't want to do that. So you dress it up. Like you would never wear a mini skirt. Mini skirt with hairy legs would be,
I think some people do.
Yeah. Some people, yeah.
I don't.
Hey, listen. If you're wearing a mini skirt with hairy legs, hey, we're all for it. Like that. You do you.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, shave my legs. I don't even wear mini skirts. Let's go there. No, that's a sad time for me right now. Okay, here we go. We're like chicks in the office again.
I'm fully covered. I'm in a turtleneck sweater. High boots. Yeah. I'm fully covered. Only I'm a floating head right now because I'm also in all black. So
I know.
I'm a floating head.
Yeah, you are. And I feel like we're back to that whole chicks in the office type thing, right? When we're talking about things that really don't matter. But yeah. I shave my legs.
Okay, cool. Awesome. How does this relate to real estate?
Okay, but the thing is with real estate is you just have to make sure that, if you have the hairy legs, you put a gown over it. So you want your offer to look the best you can. If you are a buyer right now, the best little bejewels that you can do, bedazzled jewels
with bedazzled jewels on them.
The best jewels that you can put on is saying to the seller, I will give you as much time as you need to find another property.
Yeah.
So there are buyers, you're a buyer, that you could potentially say that. Other than, let's not even get into the mortgage aspect of it, where you have to worry about rates and lock-in rates and all that other stuff. So let's put that aside. But if you are willing to wait, you could say to somebody, okay, if it takes you 3 months to find a house, I'm okay. If it takes you 6 months, I'm okay.
And on the flip side, if you are a buyer in a position where you can close in 2-3 weeks, and it makes it so, like, if that seller is purchasing a property, they have an accepted offer and they have to sell their house, like, in order to keep their offer or keep in within their time frame of their accepted offer. So, hey, how many times have you, gotten a call being like, okay, you've accepted a home sale contingency offer. You need to get your house on the market tomorrow. You need to sell it. Then a couple days later, hey, we got an offer. We accepted it. They can close in 3 weeks. So this is so great.
That's perfect. I mean, honestly, let's talk about you for a while since you brought all this up.
Oh,
let's make this all about you.
Yeah, it's all about me.
So if you are thinking about selling a house, please call Melissa because she's looking for one. She is a very good buyer. The only reason why your offers aren't getting accepted is because there's 50 other buyers in that same pool with you. Yeah. Right? So you are 100%. You can't align yourself any better. I can close in 2 weeks if I have to. Yeah. Right? Because you have Jasmine from Maritime Mortgage on it like a hornet. Yeah. Right? So you can close in 2 weeks, or you're in a position where you're not stuck in a lease. Yeah. That you could say to the seller, I can wait if you need me to wait. Yeah. Until you find another property.
Yeah. I would just have to notify Mary, hey, by the way, I'm leaving. But she's totally on board. So everybody's on board here. And Jasmine has said to me before, like, I can close, legally, if I could close tomorrow, I would do it for you. So maybe a week. If you want to close in a week. I was like, what?
Yeah, I know. But even just think that. Like,
I get like whiplash. Like, wait a minute, what? No. I can close in a week?
But
I would if that's what you wanted.
If that's what you want and you have a house, just call Melissa directly. But that is you're in such a good position. So if I'm talking to clients out there right now, and this is what I'm going through right now, actually, I had to go to one of my clients. I had to go over to his mom's house for something today and drop something off for her. And I was talking to her, and she's like, well, I just don't understand why they're putting the condo on the market if they don't have someplace to go yet. And I was like, oh, they didn't tell you they're moving in with you? No, I didn't say that. No, I did not say that. But it would have been funny. I wish I thought of it then. And I said, oh, you don't have to worry about that. Like, we put a contingency in there that says that the sale of this condo is contingent upon the seller finding and securing suitable housing. So as the seller's agent, I don't put a deadline on that, right?
Yeah.
That's up to the buyer's agent.
It's all about verbiage.
It is all about verbiage.
So, and we've talked about this before because, some agents like to be very vague. Some agents like to be very specific. And I feel like...
Matters what side you're on.
It matters what side you're on. Exactly.
Perspective. Yes.
Nice. That could be another word for tonight. Perspective.
And that's the thing. We will be putting this condo on the market, and we're hoping by the end of the week, and probably having open houses this weekend. I'll let you know on Saturday's show. And it is going to be contingent upon them finding and securing suitable housing. So, but now let's look at them just as part of our equation. They also want to find a house. So they were actually like, well, I don't really want to start looking because then if I fall in love with something, we don't even have our place on the market. It doesn't even make sense. But now they are very much aligned to say, if they do see something, they can put in our offer, we can say the house is currently on the market.
Yeah. This brings up another point that I have, and I'm going to say it out loud. I feel like first-time homebuyers are in a really great position.
Yeah.
They have the advantage of being like, yeah, I can give you all the time you need, or I can close in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But if you are a seller and you are looking to purchase and you are financially in a position where you can close and you didn't, possibly it doesn't have to be a contingency that you have to sell your house. It all just depends on where you're at.
Where you are financially. Yeah. And
I feel like first-time homebuyers are in the best position.
I know, she is just here.
I'm here to promote myself.
She's only promoting herself right now, people. Sorry. I'm choking on nothing. Sorry about that, George. 781-837-4900. That is the number to the WATD studio. We are here in our home studio right in Pembroke Center at Boston Connect Real Estate's home office. Give us a buzz if you have any questions about this topic or any other topic. We've had a lot of callers on Saturday, which is great.
Yeah.
Or you can send us a message on Facebook, where we are live on Facebook if you go to Boston Connect Real Estate. So,
yeah. We're there.
Yeah, we're there.
We're there. We're here, there, everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but we're talking about home buying and selling at the same time. So,
I know. But you keep on bringing it back to you. What are you talking about? It's not me.
This is our show. And to make it all about us, you already have a house and you're aging in place, so therefore it's all about me.
Yeah, I'm aging in place. I am.
Well, Tracy talked about aging in place.
I think I've aged in place.
Oh, okay. You just came back from vacation. Okay,
yeah, I know, but I aged. Yeah. I'm going to be 55 in a few weeks. Holy
I remember when you turned 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Now you're going to be 55.
55. Yep. Okay.
Well, good for you.
You'll be there one day. Shut up. Okay.
I won't be a first-time home buyer then.
But hey, listen, I'm going to tell you right now. If we don't find you a house, let's get back to that, because you're going to end up living in my basement.
No, I can't. Mary and Sam's kids are going to be graduating high school, and they're going to be like, is Auntie Mel going to ever move out? And I'll be like, nope. I'm just a permanent fixture in this house.
Mary will kick you out when the babies start calling you mama.
Oh, God, that's funny.
That is funny. Okay.
I'm coordinating pickup times with Holly. It's more sad for me. It's not sad for anybody else in this story. It's more sad for me because I'll just have cats, and they're just
so
deal
funny.
with it.
Yeah. So please, you can see she's going. No, this is true. A lot of the buyers are going a little wacky right now.
For the love of God, please send me your house.
Well, the thing is I think that this is a true thing, like the emotions that are wrapped around this, because there is no inventory and people are like out there killing each other again. And I knew that this was going to happen. I hate these reckless markets. So let's just talk about sellers. If you are a seller, I mean, not even a seller, if you own your home and you had a fleeting thought, maybe I should sell my house. What has held you back from doing that? I think we need to know that answer, because this is the question all real estate agents are asking right now. So if you own a home, have you thought about selling your house? If yes, why didn't you? And if no, why not? What do we have to give away? Gift cards? We have Dunkin' Donuts gift cards? Yeah, we got those.
I thought you were like, we have donuts? I was like, well, maybe, because we have our office meeting tomorrow.
781-837-4900. Potentially, Ed Perry has called George and said, shut those two off.
Really?
Do you think? Oh, my gosh, George, are we going down the wrong track, or what is up with us?
We promise we haven't been drinking.
No, we haven't.
I could use a margarita.
I would believe it.
I could use a margarita, though.
I could use a shot of tequila, to be quite honest. So, okay. So,
anyways, back to me.
Yeah. No, just kidding. I say we just end the show right now.
And just give me a call if you got a house.
God. All right. So if you're thinking about selling, okay. The reasons why people are not selling right now is, one, they have no place to go. Should we talk about that? Why doesn't anyone have any place to go? The reason we don't is right now, I like to use that analogy of sort of like ketchup stuck in the bottle, right? Mm-hmm. There's no place for the younger boomer generation and the older boomer generation. A lot of them have aged in place too. So we're still seeing estate sales and things like that. But the younger boomer generation who are in these bigger 4-bedroom colonial homes are choosing not to sell their house, again, because it's not even a lateral move for them to move into, let's say, a 55-plus development condo with the new granite and the stainless. And these are the things they want because they want that ease of living. They also don't want to shovel and do all those, household things, right?
Yeah.
So shovel, and what else do people do when they own a house? Mow their lawn.
Landscaping, trash removal.
All of that. Like, they just don't want to get involved in it. So, but you can't do lateral moves. And that's because new construction is pricey, right? Yeah. And why is it pricey? Let's talk about that.
Okay.
It's pricey because we have a lack of workforce in the trade industry. So if you have plumbers and electricians and the people who do the framing and all of that, they're at a minimum. There's not enough of them, and their prices are higher, right? Mm-hmm. Probably, right? So we have that aspect of things, and it's so expensive. I wish, because we do a lot of new construction. So I have 2 subdivisions right now with Stonebridge Homes, and one is in West Bridgewater, 92-lot subdivision. Mary's over there right now, and we have another one coming up in Hanson. I believe it's 40 units, and it costs so much for them to do the engineering and the roads and the utilities and all that. That's why these prices are so high. So that's why we're having a problem with that boomer generation not being able to go lateral, mm-hmm. right? Because I'm talking people out of selling their house.
No, we need to switch gears. We can't do that.
You need to stop doing that.
You need to stop doing that.
Well, and you know what? I got to tell you, it's funny because I have clients that are coming here tomorrow, and they have an adorable ranch-style home in a really nice neighborhood in Norwell. I sold them the house 17 years ago, and they've said they have loved every minute that they've been in their home, and they're in a very good financial position where they can afford a higher-priced home, like in the Scituate area. They're thinking Scituate or staying in Norwell. And I said, well, have you ever thought about owning an investment property? Mm-hmm. And they're like looking at me, and I was like, well, if you've ever had that dream of having an investment property, like, this would be the opportunity for you to do it. You could rent this mm-hmm. instead of selling it.
Okay.
So that's another reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just think as somebody's trusted advisor, like, I'm supposed to give them all their options. It isn't about me sticking a sign out in their driveway.
Yeah.
or front yard. I
Yeah.
would put it in the driveway.
And I think that these conversations are being had with loan officers as well. And I'm just taking from my own experience. When I met with Jasmine for the first time, she asked me the same question: have you ever thought about an investment property? And I was like, well, I have to live somewhere. And she's like, no, like a multifamily. You could live in the multifamily too. I'm in a position where my lifestyle would sort of be good with that, you know? And I was like, oh.
And then she's thinking about your long-term investment as well. That's one thing I love about having Jasmine on our team as well. She's not part of Boston Connect, but she's Maritime Mortgage, is that she is thinking about long-term solutions for people as well.
Yeah. So I'm sort of all over the place.
Yeah, so if you have
I'm still where I am at, but all over the place.
we definitely.
Mentally.
But with them, they had never thought about it. So I just went through some of the pros and cons of having an investment property. And for them, it just didn't seem like something that would work out. And they want to be close to the water. So I said, okay, well, you said that you really love your home here. Have you thought about just buying something closer to the water? So now you have like a summer home.
Yeah.
They're like, we never thought about that either. So that's what I think we do as good agents as well, is help people through all of these processes. But that's one of the reasons why people are saying they can't leave, is because they can't make that lateral move. And a lot of times in these homes I'm going into, people are like, well, I'm worried about the stairs and all that. And it's like, all right, well, you could use this front to back living room, make that your master or your primary room, you know, so you have first floor living, and it would be a lot less for people to do that. Once we start to see the movement out of those, then things will start to turn. What we need, and this is me coming from an affordable housing standpoint, so I'm on the Affordable Housing Committee in Pembroke, we need solutions for that generation. That's why I'm very happy. You know, I have nothing to do with how anything is going to look, but where Shepherd's Funeral Home is right next to us, they're going to be doing, I believe they are proposing 66 apartments for 55 plus. So I think that we're going to see more of that, because I think renting is not a bad thing when you get to a certain age either.
Yeah. And I don't even know if it's a certain age, but like, again, it's a certain lifestyle, it's financial. Wherever you're at in your life, it might just make more sense in the moment to rent. And, you know, and I feel like we need more like short-term rentals too, because I feel like that would also help. Like, how do we go about that? How can we go about that?
I don't know. I tried to convince Matt Mahoney. Matt Mahoney is one of our agents here, full-time agent at Boston Connect, and he had a property in Plymouth. And so he has 2 properties in Plymouth. One is an Airbnb. And I was like, that would be such a great opportunity for short-term rentals in between, for people who are like, all right, I sold my house, which puts me in a better position when I go to put an offer in on something else, because I am now saying I'm non-contingent.
Yeah.
And just having that short-term, long-term, short-term. Not like an Airbnb that's a weekend.
Yeah. I know. We need something long. Well, short but long.
Short, yeah, like 3 months.
Something to, a place to lay your head at night while you're looking for your next chapter. But I feel like, what was I going to say about that?
I don't know, but I'm going to read something.
Oh, okay.
The request for a lease back, were you going to talk about that?
No.
So that's so interesting that is in bold letters, because that was in my notes that I wanted to go grab that book earlier. So perhaps one of the things you can offer as a buyer is that you say to the seller, hey, why don't we go through this whole process right now of us buying your property, so we're locked into our rate, we don't have to worry about fluctuation, and then we'll lease back the house to you. So you can still live in your house, pay rent, and you can still be looking for another house. So when you put an offer in on something, you're contemplating this, I can tell. You're like, I have an answer. Do you have an answer?
No, I'm processing.
Okay. So then when they go to put an offer in on a property, they can say, I don't have anything to sell. Because they don't. They already sold it.
Yeah. I moved past that. I moved to having to move twice.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yes.
Expensive.
I have I think a controversial opinion on this.
Don't make me spit out my bubbly.
No. Having to move twice. I think Yes, it is a bummer that you have to move your stuff twice. However, you sold your house. You bought a house. It sort of, I don't know, it just makes me think like, okay, well, it's sort of part of the process. And if you can't make it work on the same day,
Yeah, but no,
whatever the situation is,
No.
I
I think that this is different. I don't think that they're talking about that day. I'm
talking about if the stars don't align and you sell your house but you haven't found a property and now you have to get a short-term rental, you have to move in with family while you're looking for something, but you've already closed on your property, so that's one move. Then you have to move again when you find your forever home. It's just the stars didn't align and you didn't find a house in the same day.
So basically, Melissa, let me get this right. You're saying suck it up. Suck it up, buttercup. You're moving twice. At least you got yourself a house. I don't have one.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. George, by the way, is it okay to say that? Suck it up, buttercup? Because I just said it twice.
No, it's fine. FCC is not going to dock you points for that.
Listen, they've already turned the radio off on us.
I'm pretty convinced no one's...
They don't want to listen to us.
No, they always listen.
I'm convinced
They're always watching.
I'm convinced no one's listening to us right now because we've asked several times for a caller. 781-837-4900. Let us know that you're listening to us. Okay, so suck it up. You might have to move twice, but that's part of the process. Do you wish we could just talk the way we wanted to? Like sometimes like when the lights are off and no one's around. And not like David
Allen Boucher.
David Allen Boucher. No, not like that. But like sometimes we're around here in the office and we're having these little get-togethers and round tables. Sometimes we just say it how it is.
Well, sometimes some people are like, "Oh my gosh, you're so good on the radio show. Like you have such a great voice for radio." And I'm like, I guess I should be happy that you didn't say you have a great face for radio. because then I would be like, wait a minute. But it's always the thing that I think that they're saying. But then I'm like, wait, no, you said I have a great voice. And I'm like, oh my God, my voice is so annoying.
In fact, I don't think you need me here at all. How come Liz hasn't even reached out to us today? Liz,
she did text me. She
Liz,
said,
where are you?
She said, ha, 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 a floating head. So I don't think she's listened to Sons because she hasn't said anything.
Okay. All right. So cons about buying first.
Cons about buying first?
Yeah.
Oh, like putting in as a buyer, putting in an offer before putting your house on the market. It's not. You're up against other people who might not have anything to sell or have already put their house on the market.
Do you think it matters? This is how I want to know.
I don't think it matters because here's what happened.
Okay.
So one of our agents had a property. It was contingent upon them finding suitable housing, but they still put their house on the market. We went through all of these offers together. They ended up got 7 offers or whatever, and that agent was sort of only one had a home sale contingency. However, they already had their house under agreement. They had commitment. They were ready to go, ready to close. They were going to give all this time to our agent's seller, everything, and then someone came right at the end and just blew everybody out of the water.
It's almost like being on The Voice and they wait until the last.
Yeah, they're like
the last note, and they push the button.
Now you can block another.
That's always
person.
been that way.
Oh, can you tell I've never seen it? I've only seen
Chase?
It on TikTok. Chase.
No, maybe that isn't his name.
Niall?
There's Niall and then the other guy.
Blake?
No, I know who Blake is.
Oh, Chance the Rapper.
Yeah, who is he?
He's a rapper. And no, he's actually very talented.
He seems it.
Yeah.
He's very handsome.
He's a handsome looking guy. I'm going to send you, we're going to watch a video after this, and you guys can listen to this part of the story
He always wears
too.
a hat with the number 3 on it.
I don't know the significance, but I'll look it up for
Thank you.
I'm going to show you a video afterwards, but because he was on another show, that show that Jimmy Fallon does with the singing.
Oh yeah.
He was on there, and he sang you have to sing a certain song in a different style or whatever, and he got country to it, and everyone was like, "Wow, he's very talented. He's a very talented guy."
I think we should change the name of the show and just not talk real estate. Let's name the show that. Let's not
we
talk
could
real
just
estate.
talk about The Voice. So Niall, I actually love Niall. So he, I never listened to One Direction, but he was in One Direction with Harry Styles and all them, whatever. But Niall is a very good singer.
Yeah.
And we play him all the time here.
Yeah.
I love Niall.
Do you know who I like?
He doesn't get the recognition that everybody. Do you like Kelly Clarkson? Is that what you're going to say?
Oh, I do like Kelly, but I wasn't going to say that.
Blake Shelton?
Well, I do like Blake, but no. If you let me answer, you can stop guessing now. I'll tell you.
Carson Daly? Who else is on the show?
No, it's not anyone on the show, but I like DJ Khaled.
Okay.
Melissa, what happened today? Did I eat today?
And Sharon's back on Talk Real Estate Roundtable after her hiatus. And she loves DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled. I don't know, he always announces his name beforehand. George, do you like DJ Khaled?
He's like,
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
Well, he's one of the notable musicians that's similar to my heritage. So
Really?
I pay attention to people like him.
What is your heritage?
What's his heritage?
Well, he's Palestinian. I'm Lebanese.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So, there's folks out there who I pay extra attention to. But his music is not bad. Like, he has that win-win-win theme that you hear in arenas, sports
Sharon
anthems.
loves that
I love that song.
Yeah.
song.
Yeah, we play it around here. So I know you said earlier you were going to be traveling. Is that where you're going?
Yep, I'm going to be seeing my relatives overseas. It's been 6 years, way before COVID. But I'm going to be seeing them in Lebanon. I'm going to be going for a week in Egypt to see my uncle, and then 2 days in London. I usually connect through London, but I don't get to see the city. So I feel like, well, after 25 years of connecting through London, let me just see the city for 2 days with my brother.
Oh, that's nice. You're gonna.
Yeah.
I love Europe. Europe has another. I think we should all be like Europe. Like just like they eat slower. You never get a stomach ache when you eat their food.
Yeah, I do get the sense that it's a different culture, of course. Like the whole speed of how you live.
Yeah,
and
it is. It's so different.
maybe
where
it's
we should
carefree
all be.
too.
Yeah, it's where we should all be in this world.
No. We should be selling houses in Massachusetts.
Well,
Yeah, they should sell houses and move there.
I'm not opposed to.
the opposite problem that we
Listen,
have
I'm not opposed to having different residences. Like, if you have the money for that, have a house in multiple countries or multiple states.
Check out some houses for me while you're in Lebanon, okay?
That
"You're not
country
moving
is
to
not
Lebanon."
really doing too well economically.
right.
But
Well,
it's
that's-
great to visit.
Well, but that's the best time to buy. Don't you listen to Warren Buffett? When things are down, that's when you buy.
True, but believe me, the currency there is not very good.
Okay, all right.
It's not good there.
We'll have fun in Lebanon.
Yeah, have fun in Lebanon. What do they eat there?
Lots of things that they bring over here. Tabbouleh and
I love
if you've heard of it. Yep, it's an import.
hummus.
Yep, that's another one.
Yeah, hummus. I know some people say it like that, hummus. I just say hummus.
Yeah, Nadine and Donna just made some
Oh, yeah.
when they were in Florida.
The show has literally turned into nothing.
Yeah, we got 5 more minutes left.
It's
Yeah,
become a
it's already-
Seinfeldian conversation, as I say.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. But hey, whatever. That's who we are. That's how we roll. And other than that, if you want to work with real estate agents that just keep it real, I guess we're your girls.
Liz says, "LOL, you guys are crazy." So she is listening.
Liz is listening still. Yes. Okay. Mark, I'm going to get home and I'm going to be saying, Mark, did you listen to the show? And he's like, yeah, like you and Melissa did it again. Off topic.
Off topic.
But you know what? Since we're so off topic, tell us how your day was. 781-837-4900. And if you're an astrologist, can you just tell me if the moon is some weird retrograde?
Are the stars aligning? Are we going to find all the houses that we possibly can for all of our buyers? Well, tomorrow we're having an office meeting. We are actually going to be talking about, what are some fun or creative ways, things that we can do as realtors that would help, everybody who's sort of, because we all have clients that are like sort of on the fence, and that's the whole reason why we were doing this topic and then didn't really get to it. But,
Sorry, I interrupted you because I'm old. You mentioned that earlier, and I'm going to forget my train of thought.
Okay.
So, Liz, I'm sorry that I just interrupted your daughter, but she's used to it. So, we last office meeting at the show after that. Of all our agents that are here, how many of them have buyers that are looking for people? I mean, we have at least minimum.
we have pages and pages of agents that have
25 to 50.
Yeah.
I would say we safely have 25 to 50 ready, willing, and able buyers working with our agents at Boston Connect Real Estate right now that are looking for homes. So if you are thinking about selling your home, it would behoove you to call us
Yeah.
and tell us, hey, we know that you're licensed real estate agents and that you do a good job, and we would love to talk to you one-on-one about the process of I think we do a quick dating thing. We'll just open up the office. We'll have a bunch of people who are want to sell their house. We'll have them line up. We'll invite all of our buyers. This is a really good idea.
We're doing like
and
a
just let
speed
them
dating.
mingle. Yeah, and then we'll bring our attorneys, and we'll bring our loan officers, and everybody can mingle. And then all you have to do is the compensation is only on the buyer side. That is a perfect idea for us, for our agents.
Maybe.
And our clients that are all looking for houses.
Possibly.
Can we do that?
I gotta think that through.
I think
I'm the decision maker.
You are the decision maker, but I think it's a good idea. I think we're going to call it like a mix and mingle. Buyers and sellers coming together under one roof.
Yeah.
Because what do? We connect buyers and sellers from Boston to the South Shore, to the Cape, the islands, down 95. We're everywhere.
We're everywhere.
South Coast. Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Okay.
I wish some of our agents were listening right now, because I come up with these ideas all the time on the fly. And sometimes they think they're good thoughts.
Sometimes we send a few emails in the middle of the night. What about this? What about this? What
Yeah,
about
I
this?
do.
What about
I know.
this?
I know a couple of our agents have some things. Do you know any of that's going on this week? I know Emmy and Emmy Flaherty and Kate Fisher.
I just responded to that, actually.
Yeah, they are having an event this
yes,
week.
I'm bringing it up. Hold on. Yes, they are having a spring market mingle. So it is this Thursday at 6 o'clock here at our office. Amy Masfer, who's been on the show before with Sherman Law, she is going to be one of the co-hosts along with Jessica from her office. And they're going to be just talking about, it's a mingle. So come talk about the market, come talk about real estate, talk about yourself, meet whoever.
Talk about how we should come off the air.
Yeah, talk about, overthrowing our show. But it says, join us for an evening to learn about spring real estate market, what steps you should take, and in what order. Maybe we should take this class to prepare yourself to buy and or sell. So it could be first-time home buyer, it can be a million-time home buyer, it can be a seller, whatever.
Just a seller, yeah.
First-time home seller.
That's a good one.
First-time home seller.
Well, we can 100% come up with a brunch that's a seller little workshop, because that's the thing. I think a lot of people who haven't sold, they're not sure of how that process works. We are happy to let you know how that works. I am happy to sit down with you one-on-one just to give you some information and let you know where you are in order to get you to where you're going.
Yeah.
So tonight's show, we apologize in advance. We'll be back on Saturday.
We might not put this on the podcast.
Yeah, no, we will, because this is the fun side of us. We're glad that you could join us today. And if you have any questions about real estate, obviously, we were a little silly tonight. 781-826-8000 is how you can reach us at the office, or you can go to bostonconnect.com, find all of our information there. And past podcasts, go to Talk Real Estate Roundtable.
Yeah.
Add a .com to it. Now you're on the website. And you can go on to all of our Facebook pages for Boston Connect Real Estate. And we will be back on Saturday. And we'll see you then. Bye, George.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Bye, Sharon. Bye, Melissa.
Bye.
If Mark is listening, sorry.
Sorry.